So Natasha Cooper, let me just say this. Natasha Cooper is way more popular than me on YouTube. And I'm glad that she's somebody who, and I've never disliked her. I've never particularly liked her either. I've always been in the neutral position when it comes to Natasha Cooper. The reason why I know of her is because of the circles that I've moved in. She's been in the Watts arena, and she's done other cases as well. And she was once very good friends with Kelly the advocate, or Avocado, whatever you want to call her. And I've always been neutral on Natasha. I see that she's has her imperfections, and I see that she, has her flaws, but there are also positive things about her as well, although a lot of people might not agree with me on that one. But I was hearing kind of murmurs and rumors about her today, and I haven't spoken about her on my channel for a very long time. And she is able, regardless of what her appearance is, and I will never ever be on YouTube and go after somebody's appearance. I would never do that. That's just not my thing. I've seen pictures of Natasha when she had a little bit less weight on, and she actually has the ability to be an attractive woman. And she has explained and said that, there are things, she has health issues that make her a little bit bigger than she wants to be. And, there's no way that I would ever speak negatively of her for her appearance or the way she looks. It's just not how I want to run my channel. It's not what I would ever do. I know that there's lots of other people who have done that, but it's just not my thing. I believe in having compassion as much as possible. I will call people out on certain things if they do wrong. But I do have a little bit of compassion for her. However, some of the things that I have heard about her are not very positive. I do vividly remember her back and forth with MRB, Mummy Ramblings, and I made a video about that. I made a podcast about that. And I've made a couple podcasts about her, but I kind of lost touch with what Natasha Cooper was doing. If anyone wants to fill me in, let me know what's going on with her. I did a little bit of research today, but I actually didn't get to the bottom of what was going on with her. I knew that she had some YouTube channels that disappeared. I heard that she was selling makeup products. I heard that she had GoFundMes here, there, and everywhere, and that she was raising hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that made people speak very negatively of her, because the general consensus was that she was a bit greedy, to say the least. But I don't know the full story of that. I don't know the full extent of it. But what I can say is, my channel is about human behavior. So I do study, other creators and other channels. I've never had a problem with her because I've never actually spoken to her. We've never had any kind of back and forth. We've never had any kind of exchange. So I've always been pretty neutral. I've always respected the fact that even though she wasn't a shiner, or she wasn't even on the other side of the aisle, that, she never said anything bad about Shanann. I always respected that about her. I always respected the fact that even though she wasn't really a fan of the Rusex, she kept her talk on the case quite classy. And I've always respected that about her. She's one of these people where, I don't know, I don't have a real good sense of her, because part of me thinks that there's something very genuine and outspoken about her. She sits in front of a camera and she talks and she tells her side of the story. She's very vocal. She's very opinionated. And I do like the fact that she does speak up for herself. I do like people. I like strong women. She's a strong woman. She's got a strong character. She's got a strong personality. But I think there's probably another side to her that I don't know so well that's a little bit deceptive. So it just seems, a lot of what I hear about Natasha is money, 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 and she's always raising funds or trying to get donations. Even when I listened to a latest live stream that she did. She was really plugging her Cash App and PayPal or whatever. And it's really, I've never done anything like that on YouTube. So, when I see people doing it, and I hear people doing it all the time, I think, why don't I do that? But, if anyone can fill me in and tell me the full story about Natasha, I'm not pretending that I know everything about her. My general feeling about her, based upon what I've seen throughout the years, my own observations, things that I've heard, my general feeling about Natasha is that there is some kind of, she is after money, whichever way she can get it. Yes, she's strong. Yes, she's outspoken. Yes, she's brave. And I do admire those things about her. But my feeling about her is that, she's always looking for her next paydays, so to speak. That's just how I feel about her. And there definitely is some kind of, a little bit shady things going on with her. But then that's just my opinion based upon what I've observed of her, what I've heard, and, and putting all that together. Everyone has their good sides and their bad sides. I'm certainly not perfect. I've got my good sides and my bad sides too. So I'm not just trying to say that she's just all bad or all good. I've seen some positive things about her, and I've seen some more negative things. But she does create a lot of context on YouTube, and she's somebody that when she's around, a lot of people will talk about her, both positively and negatively. So that's why I wanted to talk about it today, because my channel is about human behavior. Haven't done a podcast on Natasha Cooper for a while, and I kind of wanted to revisit Natasha Cooper. So after all that, I did a little bit more research, and I think I'm all about just up to speed with everything with Natasha. So it seems like Natasha and MRB are still at each other, and what's that word that they use, or that term that they use in America? They're still getting into it, and basically Natasha is saying that she is putting the responsibility onto MRB, that she lost much of her income, and her creator channels, whatever. So I think I kind of understand now that Natasha believes that there was this campaign against her. But, is there any actual proof of that? Yes, I know that she was going back and forth with MRB, but is there any proof that she, because she's had multiple channels, and I used to watch some of her content every now and then, but then one channel went, and then another channel, and then another channel. So keeping up with Natasha Cooper has been very, very difficult. Anyone has any more information and they can fill me in, please feel free to do so.